Madhav, as usual. Jaya Radha Madhava Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Giridhari Radhe Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Laddu Gopal Jaya Laddu Gopal Jaya Laddu Gopal Jaya Laddu Gopal Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadramai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Panchatata Jaya Panchatata Jaya Panchatata Jaya Panchatata Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jai Shri Radha Giridhari ki Jai Jai Panchatattva ki Jai Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai Samast Bhaktavinda ki Jai All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna All glories to the Sri Guru and Sri Guru Jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Srinnatang Shakata Krishna Punna Sravana Kirtana Hridayantastho Bhadrani Vidhunati Srihit Satam Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nittam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Hare Krishna. So today's verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 16, and verse number 6. I'm reciting, and then you can recite after me. Vasukala upadate Kale chayam vimunchati समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु प्रतपन् सूर्यवत् विभुः वसुकाल उपदत्ते काले चायं विमुञ्चति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु प्रतपन् सूर्यवत् विभुः वसुकाल उपदत्ते काले चायं विमुञ्चति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु प्रतपन् सूर्यवत् विभुः. Is visible this one, Slok?
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So please, anyone can recite.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Vasukalo upadate kale chayam vimunchati samaho sarveshu bhuteshu pratapan suryavat vibhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Vasukalo upadate kale chayam vimunchati samaha sarveshu bhuteshu pratapan suryavat vibhu.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Vasukalo upadatte kale chayam vimunchati samaho sarveshu bhuteshu pratpan suryavat vibhu.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Would anyone like to read the synonyms?
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead,
Vasu,
Prabhu.
riches. Kale, in due course of time. Upattate, exacts. Kale, in due course of time. Cha, also. Ayam, this King Prithu. Vimunchati, returns. Samaha, equal. Sarveshu, to all. Bhuteshu, living entities. Pratapan, shining. Suryavat, like the sun god. Vibhu, powerful.
Thank you. Can you go ahead for translation, Prabhu, please?
Hare Krishna. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This King Prithu will be as powerful as sun god, and just as the sun god equally distributes his sunshine to everyone, King Prithu will distribute his mercy equally. Similarly, just as the sun god evaporates water for 8 months and during the rainy season returns it profusely, this king will also exact taxes from the citizens and return these monies in times of need.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu. Purport by Srila Prabhupada would like to read Raghubir Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank
Let me
you.
try. Purport, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The process of tax exaction is very nicely explained in this verse. Tax exaction is not meant for the sense gratification of the so-called administrative heads. Tax revenues should be distributed to the citizens in times of need. During emergencies such as famine or flood, tax revenues should never be distributed amongst governmental servants in the form of high salaries and various other allowances. In Kali Yuga, however, the position of the citizens is very horrible because taxes are exacted in so many forms and are spent for the personal comforts of the administrators. The example of the sun in this verse is very appropriate. The sun is many millions of miles away from the earth. And although the sun does not actually touch the earth, it manages to distribute land all over the planet by exacting water from the oceans and seas. And it also manages to make that land fertile by distributing water during the rainy season. As an ideal king, King Prithu would execute all this business in the village and state as a and state as expertly as a son.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
So this is beautiful purport, and one of the qualities it is showing to praise the Prithu Maharaj. Yes, we are unqualified to praise the incarnation of Lord, but through the parampara, we are fortunate. We are qualifying Prithu Maharaj as per the Shastra, Sadhu, and Guru. Just recap. Before recap, we would like to take the blessings from all of the Gurus, Parampara, and from you all. Om Aganantimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chuksurunmilitam Jena Tasmahi Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Shayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandehang Sri Gurung Sri Yutapadakamalang Sri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Shagrajatam Shahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Shajivam Sadvadhaitam Shabadhutam Parijana Shahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitangscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanto Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Swamin Iti Namine Snigdha Cheto Shupraneto Bhagminam Charasoplutam Prabhupada Gata Prana Namami Bhakti Charu Padam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirbishesha Shunnavadi Pastatya Desha Tarine Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhye vacha putitanam pavanebho vaishnavebho namo namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Ananta Koti Vaishnava Brinda ki jai. This chapter name is itself Praise of King Prithu by the professional reciters. So the recap, just I am discussing few points before going to the slok. King Prithu is incarnation of God. He is Saktavesh avatar, empowered to rule. He is the best king amongst who was following religious principles. Glorious activities of Prithu. It's hard to glorify King Prithu because he is incarnation of Lord. What is our qualification? We don't have any qualification. His unlimited glories, exalted activities to glorify, which is always inadequate and very insignificant. As per God, we cannot manufacture a God by our own concoctions. That's why Narottama Das Thakur stated, one has to test all spiritual matters according to the instruction of saintly persons, sadhus, scriptures, shastra, and the spiritual masters, guru, sadhu, shastra, guru. The king is so humble, that's why King Prithu denied such praise, because he was not at that time exhibiting his good qualities. The Lord is completely free and independent to appear anywhere and everywhere by his eternal potency. He is Swaraj, Saurashtra. Everyone should glorify the Lord according to his own ability. Actually, by glorifying the Lord with exalted verses, one becomes purified. Our heart becomes purified. One can satisfy the supreme personality of Godhead through devotional service. And duty of the government had to see that people strictly follow a religious life. So here King Prithu engages everyone to follow the religious principles and strict in chastising the atheistic. King Prithu alone would induce all the citizens to engage in such sacrificial sacrificial activities so that there would not be scarcity or distress. He is Lokamangalam. King Prithu will maintain this earthly planet by discharging proper rainfall. And today's verse, King Prithu is compared with sun god. He will distribute his mercy equally, samo sarveshu bhuteshu. And regarding that point is tax collection. So I would like to read the translation again. The King Prithu will be as powerful as the sun god, and just as the sun god equally distributes his sunshine to everyone, King Prithu will distribute his mercy equally. Similarly, just as the sun god evaporates water for 8 months and during the rainy seasons returns it profusely, this king will also exact taxes from the citizens and return these monies in times of need. Very nice purport. Mainly, 2 points are here regarding the process of tax collection in Vedic time and compare with this time, the Kali Yuga, and the King Prithu is compared with sun. When I was searching this verse, I found Srila Prabhupada's lecture regarding that Canto 1, chapter 3 and 20, pastime of Lord Parasuram, how he was 21 times he beheaded the Kshatriyas. It's very nice lectures. From there, I have taken some points, so I'll discuss as per Srila Prabhupada's lecture. Please be with me. If I do any mistakes, please correct me. Thank you. I will discuss at first what is Vedic culture, so we'll understand how tax collections going on in that time and how we are experiencing in this time. The Vedic culture means the administrative class, the politicians, they must obey the orders of the Brahmanas, and Brahmana is the head of the society. This is the Vedic culture. Therefore, although there was monarchy, one king, no democracy, but because the king would follow the instruction of learned sages and Brahmana, they would rule over the country very nicely. We can take, for example, like us, someone if asked to our president or ask us to ask Kala Prabhu to rule this country, the Auckland. So what we'll do, what Kala Prabhu will do. And so even His Holiness, that Devamrita Swami Maharaj, what he will do, he will immediately ask the president or the Jacinda, the prime minister, to stop the slaughterhouse, though it is very difficult. Because we are seeing neither the president is ready, because he cannot do, she cannot do. Everything is constitutional. The society must be Brahmanic. Vedic culture means to create every person a Brahman, not to keep him Shudra. Of course, in the modern educational system, the purpose is to elevate the general people. Prabhupada says that they don't know how to elevate. Therefore, they are so much in trouble. But they are trying to, though. The elevation should be, there must be some purpose. What purpose education is being given nowadays? Actually, it is purposeless. Education mostly at the present moment for sense gratification. That's all Prabhupada says, and we are also experiencing. Prabhupada says there, education means to lead the people gradually to Krishna consciousness. That is the education, God consciousness, because human life is very, very, very rare. And Brahmanical culture means the aim of advancement of civilization is spiritual realization, self-realization, know who is Vishnu, know who is Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the prerogative. Even we have seen the Manu Samhita, how would be the social system? It's nicely described. So actually, the administrator, the Brahmanas, says they give their verdict decision that, my dear king, you rule over the country in this fashion. People will be happy. Means always they used to give the advice, like, we have seen the Vena's time, how sages they used to give the advice. But when the king became opulent, they thought that the kingdom is their father's property. They haven't got to do anything with the people. They can employ the taxes for sense gratification, and as it is going on now, isn't it? Whatever taxes are levied, they are divided among the government servant. That's all. You don't get any benefit. You are simply paid to pay tax. That's all. This is going on everywhere, the modern government. So such things happens because this material world is such that even if you make very nice arrangement, it will deteriorate. So Prabhupada is telling one has to take this Vedic culture to make his life perfect. And of course, formerly, the Brahmanas were so strong. They did not like to govern directly. They don't want to. They used to live in the forest, cultivating spiritual knowledge, writing books, doing sacrifice. They had no interest in taking charge of government. They never stood for election, and there was also no election this time. And Kshatriyas, the administrative class of men, are expected to rule the planet by the direction of the intelligent class of men, means Brahmana. And actually, Brahmana, how they teach the Kshatriyas as per the standards of Shastras, or the books of revealed knowledge, whatever it's in Manushan Gita. And the rulers carry on the administration according to their direction. And whatever there is disobedience on the part of the Kshatriyas, that administrators are removed by force from the posts, and arrangement is made for better administration, which we found from the Vena, King Vena. Actually, that was the custom that time. Because what their purpose, what's the Brahmana's purpose? They are actually not interested to sit down on the throne. So they would like to see the kingdom was running smoothly. That's why when they are seeing that Kshatriya is not, or king is not running the kingdom properly, they used to remove the king from the throne. So when Prithu Maharaj appeared and became king, and his coronation was going on, we found he got so many gifts from the demigods and Brahma and all over planets, and how glorifying all prophets, all reciters. He was very good administrator. His aim was how to make people happy by enlightening them in spiritual knowledge. Also, yesterday's verse we found 3 points. He would like to enlighten the spiritual knowledge to his own and to his people, and also chastise the atheistic people. And he is not only enlightening them in spiritual knowledge, but also how to make better arrangement, how the people will stay there. Not that how to make better arrangement for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. This is all common and everywhere it's possible. Srila Prabhupada says, if we see in the ant, in the birds, we can see these normal activities, but we are human beings. So when the kings were neglectful to see that the people are being enlightened, people are being enlightened about spiritual self-realization, that was not good administration at all. Without that aim, no nation can become happy. No community can become happy. Even we are seeing in our society, in our family, we are getting that experience. So the responsibility was that time to the administrator, that they would see that everyone, every Brahman is following the rules and regulation of Brahman. Every Kshatriya is following the rules and regulation of Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. They should do their own activity as per their rules. And nobody can interfere the other's business. Everyone is employed in his own business. And tax, regarding the tax, the Brahmana had no pay to tax, no tax. Only Kshatriyas, they were the tax collector. And Sudra also, they had no property, so therefore there was no tax. They no need to pay to tax. Only who is to pay the tax? Vaishya class, the productive class. They had to pay tax. And the tax was very simple. There is no infringement. You simply give 1/4, 25% of your profit to the government. That's all. No more tax like nowadays, sales tax, this tax, income tax, excise tax, this tax, simply tax. Nowadays we are seeing here, how City Council increased our tax every year. So that time, not like that. It depends upon how you are making profit. If he has no profit, there is no tax. That was the government system. So how he will pay if he has not made any profit this year? Even if no good monsoon, or even means too much rain, no income, no production. So the government should not levy in tax. But now at the present moment in this Kali Yuga, you go to hell or go anywhere, but you must pay the tax. And we divide the tax amongst ourselves. That's all, finished. Or we employ the taxes for fighting, for declaring war, that's all. So among the citizens, mainly actually Vaishya has to pay the 25 tax for their income. So those want to give less, that is actually not proper way, because king was looking after to them, to the citizens, so they need to pay. So king also doesn't want any extra tax from their citizens. One fixed percentage is to accept. However, nowadays government changes taxes for any project, increasing taxes more and more by day. Actually, it's not for Shastra. They don't believe in Shastra. They don't follow in Shastra. As per their mind, they used to change nowadays. So means the Vedic time, and the King Prithu was very religious, and they also, all people, means all citizens, they used to give the tax very happily, because they were seeing the king they are looking after very nicely. And the responsibilities of the king was two way that time. The king used to protect his citizens from any danger, like social, political, and economically, and need to distribute the money when citizens need, like when natural calamities comes, and any flood comes, any drought comes, and citizens don't have their own money to spend. Just we are seeing nowadays how that in India government, and here also, how Modi government is giving, helping in Corona's time, distributing the money, distributing the gas in the local areas, and distributing the grains. Also, just I would like to share my one experience. When we were in India, the September month, we went to the Singapore, and we just went to the taxi driver, and he was telling he's so happy, and some days he got the cash in 22,000 Singapore dollar, but he cannot take everywhere his camera, so he give it to that means bus depot, and from there police has taken and police has given to the person who has lost. And he's telling that Corona's time that government has given to them 22,000 Singaporean dollar to everyone. So that taxi driver is telling he's so happy. And we found also we no need to wait for 1 minute after coming out. After coming out from that airport, just came the taxi within 1 minute, and we got the taxi and we came within our motel within 20 minutes. So if government rules like that, so people are very happy. And even we are seeing here in the Corona's time, and that train and bus was free. So in that way, the government is helping, and people feels very happy, and they don't fail to give the taxes. But sometimes it's taxes are very high here. So tax collection in Vedic time and present time is totally different. In Vedic time, Kshatriyas, they collect the taxes and spend to welfare for their citizens. Used to distribute monies in the citizens. All ministers in his kingdom, just like father, means how father look after his own son. So tax collections for their own kingsmen's old citizens for their benefit only, not for their Kshatriyas' benefits. So this way, the sages are praising to Prithu Maharaj in this sloka that King Prithu Maharaj is equal as sun. His glories spread like sunshine, and he is equal to everyone. And his mercy is following to everyone like Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu. Like sun has taken water or absorbed from sea, and the water returned as a rain to all over lands as per the translation, and it made lands fertile. Same way, Prithu Maharaj collect the taxes and distribute that money in emergency time like flood and drought. When the natural disasters and calamities come, King Prithu distributes tax to his citizens for their welfare. Actually, king should not be like a selfish king, like collect the tax for his own sense of gratification. No, not at all. And not doing any welfare activities for his citizens, Praja. But nowadays, we are seeing in so many states in India, they are collecting for their own sense gratifications. They are protecting their own seat. They are giving their money to their own family member. But it should not be like this. And if we should like that, so usually the citizens, what they will think. So that king or government or they are not looking after, he's not looking after us. So I will not give the tax properly. So I will hide. Sometimes also we are experiencing here that due to that tax 20%, 30%, sometimes people used to work by cash. So they no need to pay the tax. So because they would like to hide. So because of the government's policy. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, so many incidents and Ramayana, Mahabharata, we find when that king got the son or any coronation of the king or any celebration, king is to call many, many Brahmanas, like thousands of millions of Brahmanas, and give donation to Brahmana. So many donations like gold, diamond, precious stones, cows, lands, because Kshatriya knows the time in Vedic time and also King Prithu Maharaj's time. Brahmana has no time to cultivate for their own surviving. So they no need to think about their roti, roji, dal, bhat like daily routine, daily. So what Brahmanas work actually, what they do? They read Shastra and preach others. And they do the yagna, the sacrifice for their kingdom. They preach to all people to follow the Shastric injunction and cultivate in their life as per Shastra. Hence, they don't have time. And that's why Prabhupada says they are, that's Sreshta, they are the Uttama among all citizens. And Kshatriyas used to give donation to Brahmana because, yeah, they don't have time to think for their everyday's survival. So in this way, actually, spiritual potency becomes strong in that kingdom that time. And kingdom was full of knowledge and wealth and prosperity. Everything is sufficient. Even nature used to produce sufficient grain, fruits, vegetables, nuts as per that citizens need. People were so religious and so disciplined, and they used to serve the Lord in their daily life. And how it should be, how Srila Prabhupada says, how should be in our life. So Srila Prabhupada is giving how to revive in Vedic culture. That's why that time there means no scarcity of any commodities. Everything was sufficient. Hence, Brahmanas used to do tapasya. They are busy with the yagna, sacrifice, which was good for the kingdom. That was the Brahmanas' work. They used to do that. So it means giving the knowledge to other people, that is the Brahmanas' work, and also spiritual study to make the knowledgeable to other people. So that's why society was running smoothly. People were very happy. Kshatriya, Brahman, Vaishya, Shudra, they were all authentic. They are all great. Our Brahmana was also so honest and humble. And they used to take as part their necessary, not like also Kshatriya, they used to work as for the Brahman, and they used to give the money when they need to Vaishya, and Vaishya also look after Shudra, so they should take their wages timely. So all playing their role model, but in this Kali Yuga, we found sometimes social life became lame. Sometimes we finding something, so somewhere drought, tsunami. Means this is so many things happening sometimes. But still somehow society is running. So why it's happened? Because we used to tell, the still some good people are here, some devotees are doing. What we are saying, what ISKCON is doing in this Kali Yuga, they are doing Sankirtan, they are spreading the holy name. For this activity, they are reducing the sin of the people, and they are doing the welfare to the people. Still some few devotees are in the planet, serving to lords, and Lord is very pleased. And that's why Lord is happy and giving mercy to run the society through his agencies. So means we need this type of bhakta to run this even Kali Yuga. We can take the example, so how that people in that time, like the example in Mahabharata, how they used to work Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya. So when Yudhishthir was performing the Rajasuya Yagga, needs the money for the running the Indraprastha. Hence, collect the donation from the other countries. So he sent Arjuna, whose name also Dhananjay, because he collects dhan from the kingdom. And when he was collecting the small kingdom, and he went after collecting the money from the kingdom, he went to Himalaya. And suddenly he found in one place so many golds, expensive diamonds and expensive stones. It's not like that someone is keeping in a box nicely arranged. He found that jewelry is like scatters, means someone's throwing like in the dustbin. So because he was very curious and came to know that this jewelry, this expensive, the golds and so many golds, Brahmanas threw there because they don't need. Whatever they need, they have taken. Is it possible in this Yug? No. So that times Brahmanas' main work is meditation and preaching. So that's why whatever they need, they have taken, and they don't need the things, they have thrown it. So they think this is the useless, we don't need. And so what Arjuna did, Arjuna take that all, that few unnecessary jewels, and he took for the all citizens, so he can use and give it to the Yudhishthir to run his kingdom. Actually, here it is showing Brahmana's duty to accept the donation for welfare for Kshatriya. Because when Kshatriya is giving to donation to Brahman, so he will accept, he will not tell, no, I don't want. But the Brahmana used whatever they need. So that time Brahmanas was also authentic and great and honest, same like Kshatriya as well. Even we found in the Jarasandha's time. So once we all know the Krishna, Bhim, Arjun came to the Jarasandha's place disguised as Brahmana. But Jarasandha, seeing that their physical features, personality, he was having doubt. But still he knows how to serve the Brahmana. And he thought they are bodily features and their personality look like Kshatriya. But still, he asked, how I can serve you? So his mentality was how he used to serve the Brahmana. In same way, he asked. So that time Krishna told, I would like to fight with you. Then Jarasandha told, it's no problem. Yes, I can, but I cannot fight with you because you are ranchod. You ran away from the battlefield and you gone away. So you are, means I will not fight with you. And Arjuna is younger than me. As per the rule, I cannot fight with Arjuna. But Bhim, yes, he is in my same age. I will fight with Bhim. So being my point is, being Jarasandha is a bad person, but he knows how to serve the Brahman and how to maintain the rules and regulations. So how to serve the Brahman as well in this way. When Brahmana becomes great, they used to give knowledge to Kshatriya. Kshatriya is to distribute his wealth as per welfare for Praja. In this way, both means are great and look after each other, and the society runs very smoothly. But when Brahmana forgets all his qualities in this Kali Yuga, and Kshatriya also forgets their duties. Even Vaishya also forgets their duty. Vaishya is thinking, why I will give the tax, as king is not giving, looking properly when famine comes, when drought comes, when flood comes. And Vaishya is also not doing his properly and he hiding the tax. If king is dishonest, why I will give the money? I can give for myself. Same way, Shudra is also telling, Vaishya is not doing his role properly, so hence I will not serve the Vaishya. So in the society, in the family, in the kingdom, if Brahmana fall down, so all fall down. That's why, we have to, yesterday also discussing, we have to go through the balance. So because Brahman like the head of the body, and society, if there is no head in the society, so system will fall. So I will give the one example how Vaishya was in that time, in Vedic time, how he was honest. One cultivator, one Vaishya, he was so honest, so honest. He bought a land for one cultivator So after buying the land, he was cultivating he was plowing the land. And one day, while he was plowing his field, his plow stuck in one place. He trying, but that plow is not moving. So then after that, he stopped and he was searching, what is that? What is the heavy, what is the heavy things or solid things? He found one container sitting there. That cultivator who bought the land from the other cultivators, so he take out that one object, and it is a container, and which is full of gold and precious jewels. And this Kishan, means this the cultivator who was plowing the land, who has bought the land from other cultivators. He took that container to the landowner and trying to return. And because he's telling, this is for you, because I sold the land only. Sorry, because I bought the land only. I did not buy this container. But that cultivator also very honest, who sold the land to other cultivator. He told, when I sold you this land, this is also I sold you. It's not mine anymore. That from the example we see, Vaishas was so great. And also we found from the Ishopanishad that one, that I can share this one. Anyone would write, anyone would like to read? Because we would like to use as per our quota. Someone would like to read this one?
Ishavashtam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatam jagat tena taktena bhunjita ma grihat kasya siddhanam.
Thank you, Prabhu. Actually, everything animate or inanimate that is within the universe is controlled and owned by the Lord. And one should therefore accept only those things necessary for himself, which are set aside his quota, and one should not accept other things, knowing well to whom they belong. Here we are seeing that two cultivators, two Vaishyas, how they honest, they don't want to take the container. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada has wrote here, one should accept only those things that are set aside by the Lord as his quota. The cow, for instance, gives milk, but she doesn't drink that milk. She eats grass and straw, and her milk is designed as food for the human beings. Such is the arrangement of the Lord. So thus, we should be satisfied with those things he has kindly set aside for us. And we should always consider to whom those things we possess actually belong. So nicely, if we know, because we're satisfied with all these things, like, so no problem will be at all in this yoga, in this kingdom, in this our family as well. Means one must be satisfied, Prabhupada again says in the purport. Whatever privileges are given to him by the mercy of the Lord, there can be no peace if the communities or capitalists or any other party claims proprietorship over the resources of nature, which are internally the property of the Lord. Ishavashram idam sarvam is everything from the Lord, all things controlled by the Lord. So we have to, the Srila Prabhupada is saying, we have to revive the old culture, especially in ISKCONs. We are doing, and Prabhupada is making that Brahmans, so that Brahman can please others. So I mean, it should be start from the upper status. If honest Brahman comes, shows his life by exemplary, pure life, how to stay in practical life, then he can teach and make many Brahmins and teach Satriya how should be their character, how he should work, how he should do his duty, how his thinking will be. So in that way, so Kshatriya will work for Vaishya, Vaishya will see how Kshatriya is working for themselves, and Kshatriya also will be open-heartedly, Vaishya will be work for Shudra. So in this way, the society will run so nicely. Like, you know, that the Prabhupada has told how should be society, like a body, how our means hands, legs, our all organs work for the body and keeping healthy. Also, we need to know the knowledge how we can keep our body healthy. So that's why we learn from the doctor that how we should take the balanced food. And same way, we would like to know the scriptures, how to run the body like society, then we will means go back to go Godhead, and we will be peaceful, we will be joyful, we will be happy. And how Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, how to work together as per their order to run the society smoothly. That in 12th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that in Kali Yuga, the government will levy taxes without reciprocally benefiting the citizens. It's really very hard to know the how Kali Yuga will be. So I'm sharing one verse. This is that where it has written in the translation that harassed by famine and excessive taxes, people will resort to eating leaves, roots, flesh, wild honey, fruits, flowers, and seeds. Struck by drought, they will become completely ruined. So, I mean, Srimad Bhagavatam authoritatively describes the future of our planet, just as a leaf in that part for Srila Prabhupada is telling, disconnected from a plant or tree dries up, withers and disintegrates. When human society is disconnected from the Supreme Lord, it withers up and disintegrates in violence and chaos. Despite our computers and rockets, if the Supreme Lord doesn't send rain, we shall all starve. Seeing these all things, we should stay in ISKCON. We should follow the Srila Prabhupada's instruction. And also we found Srila Prabhupada says in his end purport text 5, thus in order to counteract this unfortunate situation in government, the general populace is advised to chant Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So King Prithu is incarnation of Lord. So he is a very good administrator, and he is spreading his mercy like a sun. He is Samo Sarveshu Bhuteshu. So in this way, I am concluding my speech here. Thank you. Hare Krishna. If anyone is having any comments or any correction, please add. Thank you. And thank you for hearing me.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandot Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Beautiful explanation of the text 6. That's really tells us the differences of these Vedic ages and present ages. As you mentioned with several examples, we can see also from Yudhishthir and Parikshit Maharaj, which is not the Satyajug, but you see the balancing, how they have balanced the society, as Srila Prabhupada mentioned, Varnashram system. Varnashram system is nothing but the balancing of the society. So balancing means it should go in proportionate. So everybody has got his own proportion and they balance it and society get balanced. And we see from the examples of Yudhishthir and Parikshit Maharaj, the whole Bharat Varsha was in peaceful and very balanced condition.
True.
Even the weather, food grains. So what the people in general want, they want food, peace, and security. When these three things are provided, everybody becomes happy. We don't need so much so for our small stomach. But what the today's world is showing us, it has got imbalances. And because of these imbalances, competition has arisen. So when the competition is there, so one becomes try to superpower. So when one becomes try to superpower, he has try to extract from all and he becomes a super. And because of this superpower nature, everyone, all others are getting extracted and the balance is gone. And
Yes.
because of this, why this happens? Because nobody follows the Shastric injunction, which used to be in the other ages. And due to this, everything is getting upside down. Even the nature is not cooperating with the people, with the countries. And if you look around the world, everything is upside down. The weather pattern is changed so much. Even you see in the in New Zealand, it is summertime, but we feel the winter
Winter.
season, pre-winter season. So see the imbalances. Even
Mm.
nature doesn't want us to live in peace. So our body cannot cope with this situation, and we fall sick. So if you look at uh, single unit or as a nation,
Yes.
everybody is in distress. So these imbalances happens because of the competition. And because of the competition, everything got upside down. See, looking around the world, everybody is racing to superpower others. Look around South Korea, North Korea, they are fighting for nothing. Everybody knows they are not going to win. But because of that racial improportion, everybody got disturbed. Looking at the Ukraine and Russia, they
Yes.
are fighting, but for no reason. They're killing their own person and making the whole world in scarcity. And that's why the all prices are going up. So what Prabhupada is telling us, if you don't follow the instruction of the Shastra, and this is going to happen, as you showed us in the Bhagavatam 12th chapter, canto, it is
Mm.
clearly written. Prabhupada Shastra has already forecasted that this is going to happen and it is happening. It is a foolproof document that shows us. And Srila Prabhupada has given us this insight. And this
Remedies here.
will be an ongoing thing. You can't stop it unless you understand the sacrifice, which is actually
Something.
the worshipping of Lord Krishna. If we don't do this, everything will go upside down. Even Prakriti won't help you. The nature will not help you. If nature doesn't help you, everything is going to be imbalanced. So this is the gist of this text 6. And from this example, Srila Prabhupada is trying to teach us that to be a good administration, everything should be in balanced condition. It is not like that only government does the work properly. Even people in general doesn't work them properly.
Mm.
It is going to happen as Bhagavatam Canto 12 says. So it is not the government, it is not the people. Everybody should join their hands in proportion to make the society in balance. If we look at our government activities, it is also imbalanced. They're taking the taxes, but in return, giving in so in proportion that people are not happy. You gave the example of Modi. Yes, he's trying. But the thing is, one tries, another pulls the leg. So that's why he cannot cope up with the Shastric injunction. He's trying. He has done so many things in good form, but people doesn't understand. They think that what government is doing to run the government for the next 4 years. No, that's not. He's trying to keep balancing the society so that in future people will be happy. If that doesn't show one night, it will take time. People need to understand that. So this is the example how Modi is trying to follow the Shastric principle, and it will show up one day. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for your current example, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Even Srila Prabhupada also says, means if you have one cow and little bit land, so it's sufficient to survive.
Yeah, you don't need to compete.
Thank you. Any other comments or correction?
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for the nice class. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
You have nicely told one thing, at least one thing very important to note from this is that unless we are connected to the Lord, there cannot be any peace. One has to understand that. And when we try to become happy by leaving aside the Supreme Personality of Godhead from our life, then we can never be happy. But unfortunately, in the present circumstances, everywhere, from the government to the individual to the society, everywhere, everyone wants to be happy by their own effort and by scientific development. They think that by that way they will be happy. And the happiness is deluding them. And it is it is apparent to everyone who has got it, who has seen it properly. That is the original concept of Vedic knowledge, that unless we are connected to the Lord, peace will be always deluding. And thank you for bringing that point to the class. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comment and highlighting this point. Thank you, Prabhu. We can conclude this class, finish this class. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhayeva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We are in Vaishnav community. We are in nice community. We take the blessings from Srila Prabhupada. We should continue to stay. Thank you, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Our grace, Sita Anandini Mataji ki jai.
Jai.